Hello and welcome to Our Irish Life. In today's video we are going to be taking you along for the last day of adventures of our London trip that we went on back in August as a family of 4 that are from Ireland. So we're going to go to Bubble Planet first, which was very close to Wembley. It was only around the corner from where we were staying. So we'll take you there, show you what it was about, and then we are going to finish up the video with a few little clips from the Coldplay concert, which was the main reason we had gone to London in the first place. So if you'd like to see what we got up to, then come along and we shall find out. So our first stop of the day was to Bubble Planet, and this was an interactive experience that kind of targets different senses, so it appeals to all 5 of them, and it has various different rooms that have different kind of bubble themes to them. So the first one we came across was this really cool floor where you could create the bubbles through the water and see all the fish kind of swimming around and stuff like that. There was lots of other fun rooms all the way through, so we'll take you along on a little journey through it. We hadn't done much research about this before we turned up, so we just hoped for the best, and it was actually amazing and really surpassed what we thought it was going to be like. We all had a fantastic time. This room in particular really stands out in my memory. It was so much fun. It was filled with loads of big balloons that you could have a little balloon fight or just hit up in the air or whatever it may be. We ended up getting in quite an intense balloon fight, so it was boys against girls, and me and Isla were trying to beat Owen and Rian. So yeah, we had loads of fun. There was so much laughing and it was absolutely amazing, and the fact that everything was glowing in the dark was so cool. Isla was literally wearing the perfect outfit. The next room then had this big dome in it where you could go inside and just have a bit of chill out time, and you could watch what was going on the ceiling, and there was lots of bean bags to lie down on and just relax for a little while, which was really cool. This is another one of the rooms that sticks out in my memory as well. So it was a giant ball pit, and it was set up so it was this person was in their bath with lots of bubbles in it, and you could just get in and just mess around and play with all the stuff in there, which was really great because usually when you're an adult you can't go in these things. So I thought it was a really unique idea and it was so much fun. We do have a bit of a funny story about when we were in here in the ball pit. So when the kids and Owen were messing, they were throwing the balls at each other, and one of the kids managed to hit Owen's glasses, and then he was like, oh, my eyesight has gone really funny, and couldn't figure out for ages why it had happened. Turns out he had lost one of the lenses from his glasses, and we just thought we'd never ever be able to find it with the amount of balls in that pit and people and everything. But we did give it a go, and eventually Owen did find it. He used his feet to just shuffle along the floor and found it and put it back in. So thank goodness he wasn't half blind for the rest of our London trip. So the next room we went on to had loads of interactive games that were bubble themed, obviously. So you had this one which was a carnival game where you could blow up the balloons using these straws. They did have disposable ones, paper straws, and you just use a new one each time whenever it was someone new's go. So you weren't sharing straws with anybody, which was great. And then they had this one where you would kick the ball at the screen and it would burst the balloons that are there. So another really fun one. Next up was the like mirror and lights room. So this was really fun. You kind of got to walk through and it just looked really amazing. Now there was a pathway through that you had to follow. You couldn't just burst on through the lights, but it was tempting, and trying not to let the intrusive thoughts win was challenging, but yeah, it was really cool. And they did eventually change colour as well, which looked amazing. So this was the last room that we came to, where you got to sit in one of these kind of plastic bubbles and you put a VR headset on, and it made you feel like you were a bubble floating through this landscape and seeing exactly what was going on. The kids got really into it and really enjoyed themselves. You could see them like putting their hands out to touch what was going past and stuff. So it was a great experience for them. When they finished, they came out and they said they definitely do it again. They really, really enjoyed it. Next up then, it was finally time to go to the Coldplay concert. The kids have been so excited about this for like a year since we told them we managed to get the tickets. They were actually at school when myself and Owen were online trying to get these tickets, and we were going to keep it as a Christmas present for them, but they were so excited asking us about these when they got home from school. We thought they would have forgotten about it, so we couldn't hold it in and we had to tell them. So obviously I'm not going to be able to play the Coldplay songs to show you the full extent of the concert because of copyright reasons, but I'm going to show you clips and I'll play a little bit of background music so that hopefully you get an understanding of the atmosphere that was there. It is out of this world. The show is amazing, and what a first concert for the kids to have. They had an absolute ball. After all the excitement, it was then time for us to go and catch our plane back home to Ireland. Well, that is it from us for today. We hope you enjoyed coming along to Bubble Planet with us and also catching little glimpses of the Coldplay concert. We had such a fantastic time in London and we were so grateful to have you guys along with us too. So thank you so much for joining us and we hope to see you again soon for more of Our Irish Life.